Okay, here we are in the second week after Cluj Innovation Days has happened during the 12th and the 14th of October. Cluj Innovation Days, our annual event, which under the current conditions has been moved entirely to online. And today I have the pleasure to discuss with Andrei. He's representing Dell Technologies. Thank you very much, Andrei, for being here with us. For the start, I would like to introduce yourself, to say a few words about you and about your role in the company.
Sure thing. Thank you very much, Andrei. My name is also Andrei. I am a field marketing manager for Dell Technologies in Romania. Field marketing manager is just a fancy word for the product specialist. I'm the guy with the laptops at Dell.
Okay, once again, thank you very much for making time to be here. This interview is part of the follow-up that we are building with Cluj Innovation Days, which was a very successful event. We had close to 800 participants over the 3 days of the conference. And we are preparing some materials that we want to send out to all these people. And part of that is this interview with you, Andrei. So let me go straight to the questions. I have a couple of questions for you that are very much related to the topics that we engaged in during the conference in mid-October. So we talked there about the future of work. It was one of our main themes, main topics that we addressed with the conference. What does the future of work look like at Dell Technologies? How do you see this?
Well, here's the funny thing. If you would have asked me the same question 1 year ago, I probably would have given you the exact same answer. The way we see the future of work is, or the best way to describe the way we see the future of work would be flexibility. Now, nowadays, flexibility means that employees can work wherever they want, mostly from home. But it also means that when they have to go to the office, they can go to the office. They can use hot desking to keep the social distance in order to prevent the spread of infection. But it's not just about the individual users. Flexibility also means that if you're an IT manager, you can have all of the devices in your organization up to date, no matter where your employees work. If you're an IT security manager, you can make sure that all of the devices in your organization are properly secured, even if your employees aren't inside the internal network. And all of this isn't really news for us. We started our connected workplace program, which allows our employees to work from home, about 10 years ago. We've learned a lot since then. We've designed our solutions, our products around this idea of workforce flexibility for all this time. And that's why we think we have the experience and we have the solutions to help anybody move to a more flexible workforce environment.
So basically what you're saying is that at Dell Technologies, you were prepared for an event like this one, probably not intentionally, I would say, but nevertheless, you already had in place procedures and the technology to support a lot of people moving very quickly to work from home.
That is correct. Nobody could have saw this coming, but despite all of the challenges, we have about 100,000 employees which are working from home today, myself included. And pretty much all of these employees were moved to a work from home mode in basically a weekend.
Wow, that's quite amazing, and it's good to know. Of course, Dell Technologies is a very reputed company. You kind of expect this from well-established companies like yours. I would go to the next question that I prepared here. What are the emerging technologies you think will become relevant as we see that work it changes? So what do you see relevant from a technological point of view with this new normality that we have to get accustomed with?
Yeah. Well, despite the challenges, and there were a lot of challenges this year, we're actually starting to see a lot of very cool and very useful technologies hit the mainstream. Let me give you a couple of examples. So, for instance, one big technology, which is a huge technological leap, would be 5G. This year, we launched the first 5G powered laptop. It's the Latitude 9510, which I'm happy to hold right here in my hand. It's a 15-inch thin and light device. And because 5G is not just a gimmick, it actually can be 10 times faster than current LTE technology. It's a huge technological leap, and with the increase in both in demand for data that we're seeing right now, it's going to be a must-have in the near future, right? Besides 5G, we're also looking at artificial intelligence. AI is a kind of the sky is the limit type of solution, because there is no industry, there is no segment that cannot benefit from implementing an AI solution. On our end, we implemented AI in our brand new generation of PCs to help people be more productive by accelerating applications they use, to help filter out the background noise to improve the experience you get when you have a conference. And I know a lot of us are on conferences these days, and also to manage the battery. The AI in this PC will help extend the battery life. And another emerging technology that I really have to mention, it could be a bit surprising, but virtual reality and augmented reality are definitely something that we're going to be seeing more and more of. VR is kind of a consumer technology. A lot of people think of it that way. But according to the data we have, the largest growth in VR has actually been in the professional segment. And the reason for that is, I mean, obviously it gives you a lot better, you're a lot more immersed in what you see. And right now it's still small. It's just museums putting together virtual galleries, or architects putting together virtual tours of the buildings they're designing. But we're definitely going to see more growth in these areas. And we're definitely ready to help our customers implement these solutions in their environments.
Right. So good news, I think, from Dell Technologies with this laptop. I think it's the first, right? It's a premiere in the world. Is it right?
It's definitely our first. It is the only 15-inch. Let me hold it like this so you can see it. It's definitely the only 15-inch laptop that's 5G powered at the moment. It is the smallest and thinnest business PC. It has 30 hours of battery life. There's a lot of cool things to like about the new Latitude 9510. But I think definitely the most exciting thing about it is the fact that you can have high-speed internet anywhere you go.
Okay, I'm looking forward to this myself. And yes, augmented reality, virtual reality, these are something that have been on the rise. Not so quickly as anticipated, maybe a couple of years ago, but still, as you said, it's catching on, especially in professional environments. And I'm sure that we will see more of these technologies happening in the future. And with AI, what can I say? That's already a buzzword. Everybody's talking about AI and machine learning. And as you said, it has applications in many areas. And I'm glad to see something here at Dell Technologies in this respect, especially in consumer products like the laptop you just showed us. It's nice to know that AI is implemented there. Okay.
It's a business laptop.
It is a business laptop, and well, we are looking forward to see this in the near future in our market as well. Okay, I'm moving on to the last question that I have for you, Andrei. this is something more related to, let's say, the human aspect of the times that we are currently traversing. How do you see this process of decision making? How can decision makers help their employees be more productive in this new working environment?
Uh, well, you're right. It's a very human. It really relates to the human aspect. Let me share from my experience. I can speak from my experience, but I think we also have in Dell Technologies we also have a bit of data to back this up that is generally useful. Um, for me, it's very important to have a clean working environment, right? I don't have to set things up when I get up in the morning and start working up and start working. That's why I set up my work environment, which you can see right now in the background. I have a lot of space on my desk. That's why I like to use wireless keyboards and mice. Um, these are some brand new wireless keyboards and mice from Dell that have 3-year guaranteed battery life if you work for 8 hours a day, which means since I work in marketing, uh, I'm probably gonna get about 5 years working time from them. Um, Not just that, the fact that I have a docking station that I can easily connect to my PC with a single wire means I can sit at my desk, plug one wire in, and get started. I don't have to go behind my desk and connect all the wires to my monitor, to my keyboards, to whatever other things I'm using. It's very easy. It's very intuitive for me or for any other type of user. By far, the biggest thing that has helped me, and this is where the data comes in, a big display. We have studies that have shown that adding a second display to your working setup will give you a better performance by up to 20%, even more, depending on what kind of job you do. And sometimes it's the little things. So, for instance, here's what I'm using when I'm doing conference calls. Let me tell me when you can see it on camera.
We can see it.
So this is the world's first speakerphone adapter. It's a Dell Technologies unique product. It's a speaker, it's a microphone, it's a travel dock, it has everything you need. It filters background noise when you're on calls, so that's why it's very easy to, if you have calls all day, don't have to wear the big headphones.
Like the ones I'm wearing now.
Like the ones you're wearing now. So definitely, if your job is staying on calls all day, definitely look for this speakerphone adapter, because trust me, it's a game changer. I got this a month ago and I have not disconnected it from my laptop.
I can only testify for this. I have had, I mean, this day was a long day for me with many conference calls, and I'm a little bit getting tired of wearing the headphones on my head. So I think that's a very good solution to this problem. So a nice setup, a nice working setup at home increases the performance of any individual, right? So from your experience, you can say that.
So everyone works in different ways. Everyone's job is a little different, but having easy desk, an empty desk where you put what you need on it, it improves life for everyone, right? Some people like to write things down on a notebook. You need a big desk so you can take out your notebook and write things down. Some people like to take notes on a two-in-one laptop. You have a room on your desk, you can use it that way, right? If you have this setup, it gives you the flexibility to work the way you want.
Yes, and I can vouch for this too. I'm also using two screens, and that's without knowing this, without the studies that you have mentioned before or the data that you have consulted. I have been using two screens myself, and yes, I think that increases a lot productivity. Okay, Andrei, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for the good tips, I would say, and for the good news that you had for us. It was excellent having you here with us today. As I said, this is part of Cluj Innovation Days 2020, our eighth edition of the conference. Thank you again for being with us, Andrei. I wish you
Thank
all
you
the
very
best.
much.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cluj Innovation Days 2020 is part of the Future Skills lifelong learning program. The project is co-financed from the European Social Fund through the Human Capital Operational Program 2014-2020.